Hello everyone, my name is Shauna and welcome to my Shauna Moana channel. Today is Monday, January 12th, 2026, and I am back on YouTube after a few week break. I just want to let you guys know that it has been 10 years. Actually, not exactly 10 years, but it technically has been 10 years since I have been on YouTube, and I can explain because in 2016, I believe, I was going to this after school. It wasn't an after school program. It was an upgrading program at St. Clair College. I couldn't pass math, so I had to drop out. And then I started making YouTube videos because I was watching like Sam and Colby, Shane Dawson, and some other YouTubers. I was just like, you know what? Since I dropped out of school, I might as well start making YouTube videos. So I created my first YouTube channel. I don't know what it's called, to be honest. I'm going to have to try to find it. I hope I can find it. But in 2020, I started my Shauna Moana channel. And after that, I learned that I had fetal alcohol syndrome. Like, I have fetal alcohol syndrome, which is the most severe type of FASD, or fetal alcohol spectrum disorders. I started learning about my disability, and then I told my PSW from Community Living Windsor. PSW stands for Personal Support Worker, by the way. And I just told him one day when we went out for lunch or dinner, but I told him that I wanted to share my story. I started learning more about fetal alcohol syndrome, and I talked to my dad, and I had to look through my records kind of just to learn more about my disability. And I'm just like, oh wow, I had to do like research online. Then I started to share my story. In 2020, I created this Shauna Moana channel. It has been 6 years, actually. Yeah, usually at the end of this year, I think. Oh geez. Yeah. I just started making videos twice a week, and I think I started making my YouTube videos on Mondays and Thursdays, or Tuesdays and Fridays. I started making my videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, and then I started to switch my days to Mondays and Thursdays. But the only reason I started my YouTube channel, Shauna Moana, I started my YouTube video days on like Tuesdays and Fridays because those were my free days. When I was going to school, this upgrading program, I was going to school on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Fridays were my free days, and I was making YouTube videos. I don't even remember how it all happened, but yeah, I am here on YouTube making videos twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays, unless of course I'm sick or if I'm out. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed the end of 2025. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. On Saturday, December 27th, I went to Toronto, of course. That was at the end of the year, and I ended up buying this little mini baby. It's from Mini Baby. You can buy them at Showcase, at least in Canada. I knew I was going to get her. I wish I had the paper because you can collect them, but she comes with a little headband and a pacifier. I don't think they come with names, but I did name her Ruby, and she's very soft. She's from the Valentine's Day collection, apparently. I got her at the Eaton Center, of course, because that's where Showcase is. And it took me forever to put together her basket. I knew I was going to get her. She's so cute. And I don't know if I showed her in my last video. I told you guys that I'm a part of the Reborn Doll community. So yeah. $22 for her. Over this weekend, I think Saturday or like Friday or Saturday, I went to the mall, of course, because I go to the mall every weekend. If you are a K-pop fan, you will know what this is. This is like a little stage with V from BTS. It says Dynamite on the background. Oh my god, this is one of the cutest things ever. V is also, he also happens to be my bias in BTS. And I got him from GameStop. They do have other members. I think the place is called GameStop. Yeah, it also comes this little mini box. It's a hard plastic. And it is so cute. I forgot what they're called. They're just so cute. I'm just like, you know what? I will buy it. And yeah, obviously I'm going to take the box off. I don't know where I'm going to display them at. And the last thing I have to show you guys is I finally got a new tripod. Out of all places, Mark's Warehouse actually sells tripods, which I thought was very weird. The first tripod that I got actually for my YouTube channel, when I started YouTube, I used a tripod like this. I bought it from eBay for about $2. It broke completely, like everything was coming off. I have a feeling because this was, the original price is about $16. I got this for about $7 because it was on sale. And I have a feeling that this might break apart. Although I'm only going to be using this when I make videos at my dad's work, because this little tripod, this crappy little tripod that I got was about, that I'm using right now, is about $20 from Best Buy. It's just really tiny. You can't really do much with it. But I will use this one sometimes. Now I have two tripods. And by the way, I did show you guys, I don't know if I showed you guys this. I do have a microphone for my YouTube channel. Like I have a microphone that I can clip on. But the only time I will use that is when I make videos outside. That is when I make outdoor videos so you guys can hear me. And yeah, I should have told you guys the Via Real story. Like, because I got Ruby from Showcase in Toronto, the same day, the train was so slow leaving London because we kept stopping, going, and then we had like an hour delay. We got to Toronto around 11. Toronto was fine. The entire trip was fine, of course. And then leaving Toronto back to Windsor, we get stuck in Brantford because of some airhead. And yeah, we ended up taking the bus. We ended up like waiting hours. Like, so 1 hour goes by, 2 hours go by, 3 hours go by. It's almost midnight. They're giving everybody snacks and pizza from Domino's, apparently. My sister is texting me. And then buses, these Greyhound, there was one Greyhound bus, and the lady, one of the Via Rail staff members, come up on the train. She's like, okay, so who's going to Windsor? And I was standing right behind her. I immediately told her that I'm going to Windsor. If I didn't get that opportunity, I would have totally had to catch the next Greyhound, because I don't know if more were coming. And I was just like, oh my god, like I'm so glad I got onto that bus, because it was going to London, Chatham, and then Windsor. But still, we didn't get back to Windsor until like around 5 a.m., which is like 24 hours later after my dad dropped me off at the station. And I was just like, oh wow. I don't know. Apparently, I got an email. They're going to be giving people who are on that train credit, or like the next time they go on the train, they can use this voucher or something. By the way, I do sound a little bit stuffy. I don't know if you guys can tell, because I have so much phlegm stuck up in my nose and throat. I've been dealing with a little bit of a cold for a little over a week now. I know a lot of people who have had the flu for weeks or other people who have been sick for much longer. But this is still kind of lingering. Obviously, I need to shower big time because you can just tell it in my hair. I probably should have showered before this video, but it is the morning. I was actually going to make an outdoor video today, but then I looked at the temperature. It's like -11. I'm like, I know that's not as cold as some people think, but it is pretty cold. I just decided to make a video that's indoors today so I could show you guys some of the stuff I got. And I'm really happy that I have a tripod. I don't know if you guys heard that, but yeah, I do live next to an expressway, which I sometimes call the highway. Alright, I think that's it for today's video. I don't know if there's anything else that I have to say, but technically I've been on YouTube for about 10 years in total. My brain, I know I'm so tired. It's because last night I woke up around 2 in the morning. I had a panic attack. Freaking nocturnal panic attacks are the worst. I came upstairs and I fell asleep on the couch for about 2 hours, I think. Yeah, I woke up around 4:20 and I went back downstairs. I was just like, oh my god. It was a little bit before 4:20, but still, like, yeah, my dad saw me, he kind of started laughing. I'm just like, oh yeah, awkward. I'm going downstairs. He's like, go to your room and go sleep or something like that. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope to see you guys next time because I think it happened. My video days will be on Mondays and Thursdays. Please continue to subscribe, like this video, comment down below, turn on the bell for notifications. My TikTok link will be down in the description box below, along with anything that I forgot to say. This video has gone on a little bit longer than I expected. I'm super tired. Still a little stuffy, but that's okay. I hope to feel better in the next video. That is all. Peace.